We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Miami Dolphins. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Miami. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bold. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Stroud looks to throw on the first play. That's underneath to Pierce. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Caught left side. Here's Dell. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That's into the hands of Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now they'll go play action here with Stroud. Looking deep here from Mechie. And it's knocked away and incomplete. John Mechie was his intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Again, it's Stroud. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 38. After the turnover, it's Tua. And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
In motion, Hill. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8. In motion, Hill. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. In motion, Slayton. Tua setting up shop to throw again. It's Hill, complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. In motion, Hill. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's complete right around the 8. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Sanders' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Come 19! Come 19! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Dragon 60!
Stroud to throw it. That is caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the ready!
Stroud. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Read alert! Read alert! 79 Broncos! Ready?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Stroud now on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Three. Go.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Dolphins' 42-yard line.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. The throwing again is Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
In motion left, Hill. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Tua now on 1st down. Open man downfield is Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try to get more pressure at the passer.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Ready?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Stroud. He gets this one to Mechie. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on 3rd down now. And that will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Gets around him. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 21 TA. Whoa. Ready?
From the gun, it's Tua. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. 21G. 21G.
Tua sets up to pass it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
44. Ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
In motion, Slayton. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Jason Sanders for the Dolphin field goal of 32 yards.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And Stroud now to throw. That is caught by Dell. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Stroud now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Go ahead. Turbo 1, high. Solo left, Zion.
In motion, Slayton. After the turnover, it's Tua. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Tua. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chase Claypool in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Texans nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
3rd and 20. Here's Stroud. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Channing Tindall, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. A 40-yard punt, no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Let's go. All right, fellas, listen up.
From midfield, here's Tua. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
If anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Tua now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown, Dolphins. Darius Slayton, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are pouring it on. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
Throwing now is Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And the Texans 1st down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down, Houston.
19 Lions.
Stroud off the play fake. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Stroud's pass. Intercepted. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 9-yard
First down
line.
Miami as they get set to start the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, first and 10.
21G.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
At the 39-yard line.
Hey, smash Bronco!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Dell here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
18, Pioneer!
Again on second down, it's Stroud. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Stroud's pass. Intercepted. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. Tua now on first down. Open man downfield is Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 53 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Texans nothing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Taking it right down Broadway. He's on his way. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Stroud to throw it. Rolling to his right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
79 Broncos.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Ready?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they're going to speed things up here.
brings up third down.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. 3rd and 9 here. Stroud. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but
Definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Little short pass here to Hill. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
All right, come on.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down at 7.
Scat. Turbo 1, high.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Watch it, Oscar. Hey, let's go.
Tua on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Hey, let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Now this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Let's go.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
He's a gain of
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
It's the dump off to Pierce. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Stroud on third down now. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Dragon 60. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Come on. 79 Broncos.
First down, Texans.
Here goes Stroud again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Miami.